And let me read it again. Let me read it again.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I have to find the page. I was informed that the Department of Justice opinions had concluded that the use of enhanced interrogations was legal. The only mention of waterboarding was that in the briefing was that it was not being employed. When my staff
young lady,
person,
please.
I'm sorry,
Please, young lady, go have a glass of water. Sorry, take a hydration break. Okay, thank you. We don't want to get you nervous. So take a hydration break and come back. You can get special attention if you need. We understand that you are a little nervous right now. You can have a hydration break and take the test again. As of right now, you got an F. Now let's hear what Lindsey Graham had to say.
You can't have it both ways. You can't come and tell me about techniques. Number one, that ought to prove to anybody that they're not trying to commit a crime. If you were trying to commit a crime, would you go tell your political opponent about it?
I hear you.
They were trying to find ways to defend this nation while right after 9/11, thinking another attack was on the way.
No doubt.
This just really bothers me that somebody in a responsible position would have 4 different stories trying to blame the past administration, won't accept responsibility for what she knew and when she knew it.
Well, I can't. Lindsey Graham's right. And there's no question that she's right. Let's hear clip 13. I want to hear 13.
He did not tell you that he was informed that they were actually using the techniques.
No, he did say that. He said that the committee chair and ranking member and appropriate staff had been briefed that these techniques were now being used. That's all I was informed, that they were being used and that a letter was sent.
Can you believe she's third in command, third in a line of... It's frightening. If you were Al-Qaeda in a cave somewhere in Waziristan, what would you be doing right now? You'd say, what's the point of attacking? They've lost already. Look who they've installed in the government. Why do we have to attack? I mean, why would you attack a country that's already attacked from within? If you have an enemy within that's already destroyed the country to this extent, that Nancy Pelosi is number 3. Dianne Feinstein is the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee. A woman from San Diego, a mayor, again, who never set off a firecracker, is on the Homeland Security Department. Janet Napolitano, who kept the borders open as long as she could, is chairman of the Department of Homeland Security. Why would you attack this country? You would have installed people probably not as ineffective as these. If Al-Qaeda took over America, could they do a worse job than installing these people in these positions of power? Tell me. No, you just let it slowly melt down now like an ice cream on a July 4th day on a beach. You let America melt down like an ice cream cone left out on the beach on July 4th. Between Pelosi, Harman, Napolitano, Feinstein, and I can name a few others, you got a country melting down like a vanilla ice cream cone on a hot beach. That's my opinion. That's where we haven't been attacked. 1-800-449-8255, michaelsavage.com. Las Vegas, Nevada. James, welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Dr. Savage, it's with great pleasure I hear you've involved Hillary Clinton in your fight in this infringement on her speech. How ironic that she's going to have to defend you, one of the people that I'm sure she considers one of her greatest enemies at this point.
Well, she did help create Media Matters with money from George Soros. She's on record saying that. But she is now Secretary of State. She's no longer a mere senator. She's no longer clawing her way to the top. She's now representing the United States government and the people therein. She's not representing a district. She has an obligation to defend me.
Yeah. She's your employee, Mr. Savage?
Well, she's not my employee, but if she's a very smart political animal, which she is, she'll recognize this could be used to her advantage. Now, she can only say she doesn't know who I am and she didn't get the letter for so long. Right now, reporters from around America are calling her, calling the State Department, asking for a comment. How long do you think she can stall them? I would like everyone listening to the show to send the State Department, particularly Hillary Clinton, an email or a letter asking her to act on my behalf, on the behalf of Michael Savage and freedom of speech, because there's a principle way beyond a man and say, well, I don't like his politics. That's exactly why she should represent my interests. I will quote Voltaire till you finally get it. All you liberals have gone astray and have become so-called progressives, which is just a front for your left-wing radicalism, which is communism. True liberals read Voltaire, who said, Though I disagree with you, I would fight to the death your right to say it. That was a credo of liberalism. I grew up on it. My professors taught it to me in undergraduate school. But apparently all of the mean people in America who call themselves progressives don't remember what it was to be a liberal. They've left it way behind, which is why Obama is rightly being called anything but a liberal. Socialist, neo-Marxist, communist. Why do you think this is circulating and percolating to the top? Now, forget politics. Look at what he's doing economically, Obama. But that's a whole separate show. Look at what he's doing economically. He finally came to understand that the budget that he has created is unsupportable. He came out with it this afternoon. He said the budget that he proposes is unsustainable. So he's actually moved to the right of his own party. They're like drunken idiots. A budget of this size is unsupportable. Borrowing 50 cents for every dollar you spend is insanity. You go broke. He finally understood it. There's a man who never worked in his life. A man who never worked a day in his life, never ran a business, never met a payroll. Never met a payroll. Can you imagine the President of the United States has never met a payroll? Never met a payroll. Never had employees. Never. Now he's running the biggest economy in the world, bankrupting us. Yeah, he inherited $1 trillion debt from George Bush. I called George Bush a fiscal socialist well over a year ago. You paying attention, Hem? Take notes, Hem. You'll be on tomorrow. You can steal this, too. Steal this phrase, Hem. 1-800-449-8255, michaelsavage.com. Whatever you want to talk about. Me, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, whatever you want to talk about. Do you agree with my contention that Obama's hanging Pelosi out to dry? Los Angeles Dave, KGIL, welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Hey, Michael, I just want to thank you for what you wrote in Political Zoo. It's very prophetic about Nancy Pelosi. I love the picture, too.
What did I write? I don't remember. I don't even have a copy of that brilliant book.
Yeah. Oh, man, I love it. I read it on my honeymoon like 3 years ago, and I pulled it out recently now that this stuff has been going on. And
well, do you have a copy of it with you? I honestly don't have it. Do you have it in front of you?
No, I don't. I'm actually at Burger King right now.
Okay, well, get yourself a big Whopper or whatever they call them there. What did I name Nancy Pelosi in the Political Zoo? Whoever can get out their copy and read it. They call me a disc jockey. That's funny. 25 books. Are there any other disc jockeys in the world who have 25 books and a PhD to their credit? I kind of doubt it. Well, whatever. Los Angeles, KGIL. Gary, welcome to the program. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Hi, Michael. I support you 110% on this British ban. I was born in England, and it's disgraceful. It's illogical. It's mean-spirited. It's unlawful. But you're wrong on Hillary Clinton. Michael, she is a puppet of Obama, and I believe that Obama is probably behind this. And I believe that he thinks that you're one of the greatest dangers to him right now because you're one of the most outspoken talk show hosts in America. You continually bash him, fairly, I might add, and you describe what his agenda is. And he can't tolerate that. And so I think this is the first step of the fairness doctrine, and they're doing it in a very circumspect, kind of roundabout way by involving a foreign government.
Well, I came up with that theory myself, that it was the Obama administration, maybe even Hillary Clinton herself. But it doesn't matter. It's backfired on them, hasn't it?
Well,
the British themselves are appalled by what their own government has done to me. Do you know that?
Of course, it's disgraceful, it's unlawful, but here's where you're wrong, Michael. You're not going to get the protection of the Constitution or the laws of Europe or the laws of this country because Obama is intent on taking away these laws and our rights. And you know that because you've said it.
Well, he may be intent on a lot of things, but he is not a dictator, is he, Gary?
Oh, he is, Michael, he is. And
no, he's a potential dictator. But the Founding Fathers were a lot smarter than Barack Hussein Obama, the spoiled child from Punahou High School. The Founding Fathers knew that there would be an attempt by presidents over the years to assume and aggrandize too much power and take over the country. And they put in a system called checks and balances, did they not?
Yes, they did, Michael, and I can prove to you that the checks and balances are not working right now. I can prove it to you. If you give me 1 minute, I'll prove it to you, and I'll also tell you how you can save yourself and save this country and be a hero.